Okay, there are two take-home points in this particular video: how to cut a polo t-shirt and how to fix zipper on the polo t-shirt. The measurement needed are your bust measurement, your shoulder measurement, and your dress length. So in this particular video, our bust measurement we're going to be using is 44. The shoulder measurement is 20 inches, and the dress length is going to finish at 31 inches. The fabric requirement is about one yard of fabrics. So you get your stretchy fabrics, of which is about 1 yard. When you get the stretchy fabric, first of all, what you are going to do is to know the direction of stretch, the most stretchy part. This particular fabric is a four-way stretch. It's stretches in four-way, but one of the side stretch more. So what I did was to know the side that stretch more. Then that is the side that is going to be the width of the width of the polo. So when we've gotten the side that stretch more, we are going to fold it into two. That's you see it's going to be four while folded. So they're each for one part of the body. So you have two for the front, two for the back. Is folded into four. My bust measurement is 44, so I'm dividing it by 4, giving me 11. So I'm going to be taking 11 exactly. I'm not going to be adding allowance because it's elastic. So even naturally, my bust is actually 42, but I'm adding 2 to it. So I'm not going to be putting any allowance to it because it's the nature of the fabric. So it does not need for you to add. So I'm going to be marking 11 inches right from the center front and center back. So the first line I'm going to make, the first horizontal line is my shoulder line. Then I'll take the full length of the dress. The full length is going to be 30. So, but here I'm going to make it 32. I'm going to put 32 there. Then the next line I will be doing is my chest line. My chest line is going to be my bust divided by 4, that is 11. So I'm going to go to the position of 11 and mark my bust line. So when you've gotten these fundamental horizontal line, next you're going to input your shoulder line. Shoulder measurement is 20, so I'm dividing it by 2, making it 10. So I'm also going to mark it at the chest line, then connect it from the chest line upward. Then here now I'm putting in my bust measurement. My bust measurement is 44, so I marked is divide by 4 is 11. So we've gotten these 11. Then next I'm going to put my shoulder slope. My shoulder slope is going to be 1 inches on the armhole line. So I'm going to be connected. Then now what I did is get the midpoint of the armhole line, then get this curve. So your armhole curve is already there. You can use your straight rule, you can use your freehand, or you can make use of French curve. So next is going to go to the neck opening. As you can see, this place is not that, somehow I jumped it. So you are going to go to your neck opening. For the neck opening is going to be 3 inches from the edges. So you're going to then 1.5 inch down, as in 1.5 inch deep. That's going to be your neck opening. So this is it. So I'm going to also, my bust measurement, and the value of my bust measurement, I'm going to put it at the same thing at the hem. So there's no need of coming in at the waistline because it's a polo. It's going to be straight down. So this is how you fundamentally cut your basic bodies. So I'm cutting both the front and the back together. So the essence of cutting, because the front and the back, they are almost the same. The difference is just basically the front neck width, the neck depth. That's going to be the difference. Only the front neck depth. So when I finish cutting it, I'm going to be cutting out the front neck depth. The front neck depth is going to be 3 inches, 3.5 inches, because I'll be putting collar and zip. So, but if there's no collar, I can make it 4 inches. So, because since there's collar and zip, so there is enough opening for your head to pass through. So you've gotten this. So this is your front and back basic bodies. Now the next thing you're going to do is to cut the front. I'm going to separate them, take the back away. After taking the back away, then I'm going to be cutting out my front neck depth. So, like I told you before, the front neck depth is going to be 3 inches, 3 inches from the shoulder line. So in this place, I'm going to be marking because we already have one before that is the neck depth. So I'm going to be marking 2 inches from that back neck depth. So I'm going to be adding additional 2 inches, making it three. So if I add it out, I will cut it. So every other thing remain the same. Both the make sure that you don't cut out of the shoulder measurement. So it's still going to be the same. So we've gotten our neck depth. So when we're done with this, now we are going to be going to we are done with the neck depth. Then the next thing we are going to be doing is to know the shoulder, to measure the shoulder, the armhole length. The armhole length is from this one is 11 inches on fold. So since it's 11 inches, that means I'm going to be cutting my sleeve as 11. The armhole length is going to be 11 inches. That's making it 22 inches. Then my sleeve length is going to be 9 inches on finishing. So for this one, I'm going to be making it, you can make it 11. But since I'm going to be putting a band on this particular one, so what I'm going to do is that I made it 10 inches. The slip cap height is going to be 4 inches away from the slip cap, and the width I'm going to be using 10 inches since the total width that I want is 11 on fold. So then I'm going to curve it out. So I'm going to be using my freehand because I'm already used to it. If you want more tutorial on how to make sleeve, we should go out there. There are a lot of tutorials there. So this is it. I'm marking it out, and I'm going to, that the sleeve height is going to be 4 inches. And then the width is 10 inches, like I said. Then you're going to curve it out using rule of thumb. There's a general rule of thumb for that, but since I already know what I'm doing, then my to make sure that it corresponds with it. Then the hand opening is going to be -2 inches from the arm width. So it's going to be, this one is 10, it's going to be 8 inches. So that's what is going to end. So I didn't mark it out because I just cut it out. So this is the sleeve. Then at the end of the day, we are going to be putting a band of 1.5 inch wide. Then that means you're going to be cutting band of 3 inches. Then so that it will finish at around one quarter inch. So this is my sleeve. So I'm done with my sleeve. So this is the other section of sewing. What we are going to do in this sewing is that first of all we divide it into two. You take the front pattern, divide it into two equal half the way it is like this. Then you press it so that there will be a crease line. This particular crease line shows the center front line. Then what you're going to be doing after you've gotten this crease line is you're going to be marking it out. You're going to be making it a length of 6 inches, or say 6.5 inches, because of the 6.5 inches. You're going to be marking 6.5 inches from the neck depth straight on the crease line that you just marked. Then you mark out the base. So you make sure it's 6.5 inches, because of you're going to be using half inches to turn in the collar. So after that, what you are going to be doing is that, since because it's a stretchy material, if you should put your zipper like that, it's going to affect it. What you are going to do is you are going to be introducing interface on it. That's if you put your interface, you iron it out. Put it on the wrong side, not on the right side, directly on the crease line. That's the center front line that you just make with your iron. So you've done that. Once you've done that, so you take it back to your machine, take your zip, put your zip now. You're going to be putting, I'm using a zipper foot. What I did is to turn my zip upside down, and started from this other side of it. I started from the left side because of the kind of zipper I'm using. So what you then do is you sew directly on it. Make sure that your zipper is turned upside down and is opened. So it's, you make sure it's close to the zipper teeth as much as possible. So when you take note, when you get to that 6 inch mark, when you get to that 6 inch mark, 6.5 inch mark, you stop. So that's where you're going to stop it. Then look at what you're going to do is that you're going to put your needle to pivot the fabrics on the inside your sewing machine. Then you rotate it. After you rotate it, you're going to be cutting it. So when you go to 1 inch, 1 inch to the end of the sewing, you're going to stop. Then you 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 cut a dovetail. If you cut a dovetail, make sure it's stopped at the point where you sewed. Initially it was half inch away from where you sew, and this time around it's going to be exactly, it's going to stop at where you sew. So then gradually look at the way I'm going to be turning this now. What you are going to be doing is that make sure before you turn it, look at what I'm doing. I just did it like this. So once you're sewing, just follow this format too. Look at it, it's forming at an angle. Look at the angle of which I'm sewing it. Look at it. So it's going to be at this particular angle. So what you're going to do is that you're going to use your hand to roll it you're going to use your hand to roll the hand wheel over the zipper. So over the zipper teeth, if you've used your hand to roll it over the zipper teeth, then you align it with the second opening that you just cut. So look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my hand to roll it over the zipper foot. Look at it. So this is it. I've already done that. So I'm going to gradually turn it. Look at the way I turned it. So this part is the most tricky part of it, but it's not that hard when you get. So you can practice 1, 2 times before you get used to it. So this is just it. I'm still going to be doing it again. So like what I did was that I stopped at, look at that cutting that I told you that is going to make it dovetail. Initially it was straight, then it was, look at the way I'm doing it for the second time so that you get it clear. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn it and look at, just watch the way I'm going to be turning it systematically. I sew across that zipper teeth. Look at it and then bring it back just like this. So this is basically the way it's been done. So if you enjoyed this video, kindly like, subscribe and share. Then if you have any challenges, let us know so that if there's any way we can help you, we are always here for you. Thank you for watching my video. Always try and watch more of our video. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching.